Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the last day of our summit. So it's been an amazing month, and we have an amazing day planned out too. Today, I'm very honored to introduce you to Anouchka, who I'll talk about in a minute. But I also want you to know that Frank Kuntz and his daughter Krista are also here from Kuntz Nakota Ranch. Anouchka is just an amazing person. She's coming to us from France. And talk about an advocate. She is actually making a difference in the lives of the Nakota horses here in the United States, specifically in North Dakota, from France. So I think that she's a testament to what you can do when you really are dedicated to a cause and really put your mind into making something happen. So I'm going to turn it over to Anouchka, who's going to tell you about a wonderful experience she's planning this year in North Dakota. Welcome, Anouchka.
Hi, thank you so much for having us today. It's an honor. Um, so I'm going to present you today the Nakota Experience, an immersion in the heart of North Dakota to meet the Nakota horses and discover Native American history. The concept of the Nakota Experience is a 7-day immersion with Nakota horses free in their natural environment. And we will make one documentary to share, preserve, and inspire. But first of all, let me introduce myself and tell you how the project started and how we got there. So I'm Anouchka MOSCATELli, founder of the NOKOTA Experience. I'm 32 years old and I live in France with my husband and 6-year-old daughter. We are also lucky owners of 3 Nokotas. And my story with the Nokotas started in 2012 in Texas. I spent 2 years in training to learn natural horsemanship skills. And that's when I first discovered these horses during clinics with Frank and Leo Kuntz. I was amazed by the bond they create with humans and their presence. After my internship, I moved back to France and I bought my first Nakota, Sweet Dream, a French Nakota, one of the first born in Europe. So why did I start this project? In 2022, we moved back to the US with my family. And that's when I met Frank Kuntz again during a clinic at the preserve Chester Spring in Pennsylvania. And he told me about the difficulties they had in 2023 facing the herd, the threats, and the lack of solutions. So that day, I made him a promise to do everything I could to help the horses. They also started that day to call me the crazy French woman. um, so from that promise, in 2024 came the Nakota Challenge. It was great. We had horses coming over to Europe. But a year later, I felt the weight of an unfinished promise because in North Dakota, the herd still had no perspective for the future. That's why we started the Nakota Experience. We wanted a living, authentic, and cultural immersion where we can discover the Nakota horses as they are, to tell their story, and to witness Nakota horses in their deep essence, their relationship with the living world, and what they awakened in humans. Nakota Experience is also a statement to actively take part in the preservation. This immersion is allowing a group of horses to be reintroduced at Whiskey Road Reserve, thanks to Mr. Hendrickson and his family. It's a 600 acres private land where they're gonna host horses and the immersion. And hopefully, with the immersion and the documentary, we will find other openings by raising awareness through that will, I just hope we'll be able to share the words for those horses to find a permanent home for them. So today I'm really fortunate to be surrounded by an incredible team and dedicated partners, committed, skilled, and deeply aligned with these values. And without them, this project wouldn't exist. I couldn't do it by myself. So we have Frank Kunz, as many of you know. He's the founder of the NOKOTA breed. We also have two amazing horse and human guides, Leila Pages and Matthias Gaysen. And we have two talented photographer and videographer, Lola Trouvé and Lara Beriswil. Lola Trouvé is also taking part of some community management and social media. And I want to thank all our partners that are supporting us during this journey. There is Whiskey Road Reserve that is hosting the immersion and the horses. We also have three non-profits, which are the NOKOTA Horse Europe, Chasing Horse Wild Advocates, and the Preserve Chester Spring that is also supporting the project, and that will present their book that is coming out soon, Moving Hearts. And we have, we're lucky to also have the Buffalo Grande Foundation and the Standing Rock Sioux tribes that will be part of the project too, to represent the natives. And we have the Constant-Coda Range, of course, with that takes part of the NOKOTA horses. And Balancing Goat Coffee Company that will provide us nice breakfast during the immersion. And I want to thank also Roanoke Ranch that found some of the videos we have, and that also hosted the NOKOTA Challenge in 2024. So thank you everyone and all the friends and family around too. So I'm going to start with some history of the NOKOTA so you understand why we try to preserve them. So the NOKOTA breed descends. The NOKOTA horse descend from the free roaming herds of the Badlands in North Dakota, and in the 20th century, part of these horses were inadvertently enclosed within Theodore Roosevelt National Park. In the mid-70s, Theodore Roosevelt National Park wanted to reintroduce domestic breeds, and that's when they organized one roundup to eliminate the wild horses of the park. And that's when a group of passionate individuals, including the Kunz brothers, they started to carefully acquire these horses to preserve their genetics before they got mixed it up with domestic breeds. They created a pedigree registry with a permanent biobank of 95 blood samples. They did a huge work on that. That is now at Cornell University. And thanks to their tireless efforts, the NOKOTA is now identified as a distinct breed. The NOKOTA is often mistaken with the Mustang, but it's a totally different breed by his history, his genetic heritage, and the relationship with humans and behaviors they have. Those horses evolved primarily in herds across vast open landscape within environments that respect their social structure and natural way of life. The harsh conditions they evolved in shaped a horse that is hardy, resilient, thoughtful, and gifted with an incredible emotional intelligence. And this lab condition is really essential to allow the horses to preserve a stable social structure with rich body language, to also preserve the strong emotional intelligence and a high immune system we can find in those horses. The Nakota horse, in its relationship with humans, is a quiet force. They observe, they analyze before acting while maintaining natural awareness. They are really curious and playful, and the bond they form within their herds are strong, lasting, and deeply rooted. This same relational quality merged with humans once trust is earned through respect and without pressure. So the current situation, it's important to mark that today there are less than 500 100% foundation Nakota horses in the world, which is not a lot. And so it's an extremely limited, fragile, and precious population. Without protected and suitable land, this unique breed risks disappearing quietly, taking with it an irreplaceable genetic, cultural, and living heritage. And there is a herd of 160 horses that are looking for permanent land and to live into those conditions. So now I'm going to go further into the project. I'm going to start with the documentary objective, which is sharing the experience of Nakota horses, their history, and raise awareness to help preserving the breed. The documentary will be broadcast internationally to reach out a maximum audience in and out the equestrian world. It's also going to be a human inspiring experience. So for the documentary, I'm happy to present you Lola. So I hope you can see the. I hope you can see the.
Je ne filme pas des choses. Je raconte une histoire vraie, et qui se vit dans le silence avant même qu'on ne cherche à les expliquer. Mon métier est de regarder autrement et de transformer ces instants en images qui réelles. Pour nos NOKOTA expériences, tout est libre. Les chevaux, le corps, les émotions. Mon rôle sera de capter cette liberté sans la figer, sans la trahir. Être là, au bon endroit, pour que ce qui se vit ici puisse être transmis, et bien au-delà du à-côté de moi. Ce qui me touche, c'est quand l'humain lâche le contrôle et que le cheval n'a plus besoin de suivre. Quand la relation devient simple, vivante. Cette histoire doit être racontée, alors je serai là pour l'écouter et la transmettre. J'ai tellement hâte de partager avec vous cette magnifique expérience. Ça va être complètement dingue.
So I'm sorry for the French, and I hope you were able to read the subtitle. But if not, you can find this video on our social media, and hopefully soon maybe we will make an English version so everyone can enjoy it. And we also gonna have Lara Berries-Real, that is from Switzerland. She's also a talented photographer, and her presentation will be released next week. So I can't wait for you guys to go and meet her. So now I'm going to present you the NOKOTA experience. The NOKOTA experience goal is to offer a unique ground-based approach for a group of 8 participants. They will be guided by Matthias Gaysen and Leila Paget, professionals that are committed to a sensitive and respectful connection with horses and the living world. Leila and Matthias will share their keys and guide participants while honoring the horse's fate, the present moment, and in each person's inner experience. This approach is rooted in mutual respect, where the horse is a partner and not a tool, as it's usually the case. I'm gonna maybe some of you already saw the videos online, but I'm gonna play again Leila and Matthias videos so you can have a view of what they do and their and what they're gonna offer you during this experience.
Trust grows from presence and authenticity, from the courage to let the horse be fully himself and to let ourselves be seen in return. I'm Leila Pages. I am a horse trainer and an adventurer and a lifelong explorer of a silent language that connects humans and horses. I've been on a journey around the world for 20 years, seeking to understand our bond with horses, how to connect with them in total freedom. This journey led me to create the documentary film Sans Attache, a movie born from the desire to show what becomes possible when we let horses express themselves fully, when we dare to feel, to listen, and to let the relationship guide us. The connection becomes a dialogue rather than a performance. This is why my approach is rooted in liberty and emotional awareness. This year, I am thrilled to announce that I will be joining the NOKOTA Experience, a week-long immersion among the Nakota horses in North Dakota. Alongside a small group of participants and my friend Matthias Gessen, we will be stepping into the Nakota horses' world, meeting them in vast open spaces on their terms, in their rhythm. This project is an exploration of connection and also a commitment to the preservation of the Nakota, a breed whose story deserves to be known and protected. I hope to contribute to their conservation and share their powerful story with humans who feel called to return to the essence of the human-horse connection. I can't wait to start, and in the meantime, follow us for that amazing adventure.
So here it is for Leila. She's a really passionate and talented woman. I'm really happy to have her on board. And now I'm going to present you Matthias.
What do horses represent in the essence? And the most important thing is how can we adapt their life lessons if you are there? I am Matthias Jensen, a horse trainer for the past 50 years who is currently living in Italy. My way of working with horses is not based on techniques or methods, but it's more about understanding the depth of the field. So that's why I'm super excited to soon travel to the US with a group of people where we will be able to meet Nakota horses with a natural habitat, a natural context, and to see how we can approach them and connect with them in the most natural way possible. I truly do believe it's going to be an amazing experience that's going to offer so many insights. So I'm very looking forward to welcome the people who will join me.
So here we are for Matthias. He's also really talented, and all our team is close to nature, and I feel like their intention matches great with Nakota horses because there is no they're not waiting into results. They're just being there with the horses, which is going to be amazing. So I'm going to present you shortly the program. During this, oh, sorry, it got too fast. So the program is going to evolve according to the rhythm of the horses and nature. We're really going to take the present moment and see what horses and people can offer. And so we have a base of program, but we really are going to follow the present moment. to have the best of that experience. So we're gonna start the first day with Chasing Horse Wild Advocate. We're gonna go and visit Theodore Roosevelt National Park to understand the origin and the history of the Nakota horses, and also to appreciate the land they have been evolving in during centuries. We're also going to be lucky to be able to meet two representatives from the Standing Rock Reservation. They will come meet us to share the Native American stories and the relationship they had with Nakota horses, which that's going to be an amazing meeting, I'm sure. And then for the first approach with the horses, we will go observe the herd to understand their language and social interaction. Then we will go deepen in the connection through nonverbal communication. Leila and Matthias will offer some thematic workshop to also be able to work on ourselves before going into the herd with the horses. Then from there, through intuition and observation, we will try to apply the keys transmitted by Leila and Matthias to be able to discover the essence of the Nakota horses and to integrate their teachings into our daily life. So I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. Horse is gonna be free under land. We're not gonna use any material, no fence. If the horse wants to leave, the horse can leave. If he wants to come and spend time and create a connection with us, they're gonna be free to allow it or not, which is gonna be nice. So that immersion will happen in North Dakota at Whiskey Road Reserve. It's a 600 acres private land. And it's going to be from June 1 to 7, 2026. So why participating to that immersion? It's going to be a once in a lifetime immersion dedicated to the Nakota horses, and with a direct link to Native American culture and a free approach. And by joining this immersion, you will be able to travel for a rare experience with humans and horses. Sorry for my accent. So you will contribute to the reintroduction of a Nakota herd into Whiskey Road Reserve, and you will become a part of a documentary that will be filmed through your stay by our two videographer, Lola and Lara. So some practical information. So the immersion is an all-inclusive package, including transfers from the airport to the immersion. We will offer lodging at the at Whiskey Road Reserve. Paul will host us in his house. So we'll be on site, and there is different other options that we will offer to the participants when they are going to apply. All the meals, snacks, and drinks will be provided, and the meals will be cooked by our chef on site. It's all going to be local and traditional food. It also includes all the visits and tours. I think I forgot to tell that there is a half-day visit that will be dedicated to the Buffalo Grande Foundation, where bison herds live freely. But these visits will be scheduled depending on availability within the immersion program. if we're on something with horses, then we don't want to interrupt it. So that will be a flexible visit. We will also go through Medora to learn also about the history of the town. What is not included is the flight from and to North Dakota and all the personal expenses that we're not gonna provide. So for this immersion, it's required to have a basic physical condition, walking and standing, as we're gonna go through Theodore Roosevelt National Park, have some work during the meeting with the horses. We're gonna have to walk and stand, and it's gonna be a long day out. The whole immersion is gonna be in English, so English is required to come over, and everyone can come. No horse experience is required, as we're gonna start from the beginning before it's gonna be the connection with the horses before any kind of training. So even people maybe with some experience are gonna have to undo what they know to be able to dive into the experience. So I'm just gonna come back to the highlights of the journey. So this immersion will be a small group to ensure quality and privacy. So we'll have the visit of Theodore Roosevelt, some connection workshop guided by Leila and Matthias, and also Frank will be here to share some stories about the Nakotas, and also on the approach, is going to be able to share his experience during the immersion. We will be able to observe and interact with Nakota horses free in their natural environment. The meeting with Native American representative, the full board in a private 600 acres land. And we also are lucky to have a warm and welcoming atmosphere thanks to our host. And it's important to remember that there is no expectation of results with the horses when we go into the immersion. We want to let happen what has to happen without forcing anything or forcing horses or nature. Okay, so how to apply for the immersion? So you can do a pre-booking through our partner website, Cavalier du Monde. And then after you do the pre-booking, we want to make sure to have everyone that is in the same how to say it that we're all looking at the same thing. So a short call with our team will be scheduled to confirm your booking and ensure the experience matches also what you're looking for, and make sure you're ready to live with people for a week and to be on the documentary also. That's an important part. And you can also, if you don't go to the immersion, you can follow and support the project through social media. And if you have further questions, then you can also contact us through WhatsApp or email if you want more information. And I think I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to the project. And I'm looking forward to answer your questions. And Frank and Krista will be here too, if you have questions for them.
Thank you so much, Anouchka. That was wonderful. So everyone knows too, Anouchka has been sick for, I don't know, the last at least few days, and she's been having a really hard time, and she was very nervous about how she was going to do. And you did wonderful, Anouchka. So thank you.
Thank you.
Craig wants to know what other animals are on the reserve at Whiskey Road.
Well, at Whiskey Road, it's they have many animals like birds. All I know they do huntings, so I believe there is all the wildlife. But there is no other domestic animals on site except horses. Everything else is wildlife that's naturally here.
Yeah, they would be free to come and go, like
Yes.
on and off the land. They don't belong to the reserve. Yes.
No.
Everyone's just talking about what an incredible experience it seems like. Do you know when the documentary would be released for this?
We're looking for fall 2026, just right after the summer, or maybe it depends on how fast we go to make it and to found it too. But I'm really optimistic for end of the summer or fall.
The best way I think to become aware would be to follow them on social media. You can also follow Kuntz Nakota Ranch. I'm sure that we will talk about it when she shares the information. I feel like it was just not that long ago, Anouchka called me and was like, we're going to do this experience and we're going to do a documentary and we're going to this. Do you want to help? I'm like, hey, whatever we can do. And it's just moving along and coming together so wonderfully. So very, really amazing. So thank you for all of that.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting and being part of it.
Does anybody else have any questions? I have a question for you, just like as advocates here. Do you have wild horses in France?
We have reserve that's named for the Przewalski horses. I think they have about 20 horses there. So, but people can come and they can see them, but there is no interaction with humans. They're really free in the reserve.
Or just like a small sanctuary kind of a?
Yes, I think they might have about 20 horses.
Okay. Krista and Frank, do you guys have anything that you want to add or say, or anybody have any questions for Krista or Frank or Anouchka before we let them go?
Well, I'd like to say that I know Anouchka was stressed about this, especially not feeling well, but she's done really well, and she is our crazy French woman. I do appreciate that. She's done so much for these horses in the last few years, from the challenge to now this experience. So I do appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, the most that we can say is just thank you to Anouchka, Chris, and everybody else that is always behind the scenes doing everything they can to support us and the breed and the horses. And we honestly could not do any of this without all of you guys rallying behind the horses. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you guys do.
Well, thank you for everything you guys have done, and Frank, for you and Leo for noticing this unique breed of horses and doing what you could to save them. So any other last minute questions?
I just want to say, in case, so we will share more detailed information in the next 2 weeks, and we might organize a webinar with the rest of the team. So if you have specific questions to Matthias, Leila, or Lola or Lara, then you will be able to also ask questions, and we will officially open the booking after February 12th.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everything you're doing, Anouchka. And thank you everybody for being here. And we will see you at the next presentation at noon. Thank you again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.